Good morning. You're listening to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Semaan, the president of Mohawk's residential carpet business. Joe, how you doing?
Good, Kemp. Glad to be here with you.
Yeah, we met at Surfaces a couple of years ago. Glad to finally have a podcast with you. A little of your background. You spent 22 years at Eaton in various roles, some lighting, some automotive, then came over to Mohawk 2 years ago, and you were president of the wood and laminate business for about a year, and now you've had this role for about a year, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So why the switch from wood and laminate over to carpet?
Well, Kemp, it was one of those moments where the timing and the opportunity just lined up perfectly. And I came into Mohawk to lead the wood and laminate business, but when the carpet role opened up, it was clear that's where I could make the biggest impact for Mohawk. So carpet for us here is still a cornerstone of the residential flooring market, and it's really been exciting to help shape where this business is headed.
Yeah, actually, if you know the history, it was Aladdin, and that's how the Loberbaums got in it. It was strictly carpet for many years until they started to diversify. So it's the core of the company. Tell us how's business now in the carpet business.
Overall, business has been steady, which in today's environment is actually a good place to be. You know, the residential carpet market continues to feel the effects of softer housing activity and more cautious consumer spending, if you will. But we're seeing solid stability in the replacement remodeling side. So the bigger story is really about mix. The consumers who are buying today are leaning more towards higher quality, more comfortable products, and that's exactly where we've been focusing our innovation. If you look at it, while overall volumes are relatively flat, you know, we continue to make good headway in the segments that matter most right now.
You being in the role you're in and us hearing this news that Mannington's exited the residential carpet business, I mean, I'm sure it's too soon to know, but that could be potentially a windfall for you, although they were, I think, small in the business, right?
Yeah, relatively small from what we know. It could materialize into a windfall. We've got strong relationships with our dealers, and we can support them as much as we can.
All right, so you talked about mix, and let's talk about the upper end. I think that's where the business is right now. And you guys intuitively made a big step into the upper end with your Karastan Black Label program. Tell us a little bit about what's going on there.
Yeah, despite the tougher economic backdrop, Karastan's high-end business has remained remarkably resilient. We've seen steady demand and strong performance in this luxury segment, mostly driven by our recent product launches, especially the Karastan Black Collection, which has been a standout success. You know, when you couple the product with the limited distribution, it's really helped our retail partners maintain both margin and drive value even in a slower market. So our long-standing relationships with loyal customers have been a huge advantage to us, and that trust and partnership are what keep the brand as strong as it is.
So we know part of the reason that it's doing well is because that's the consumer that's got disposable income they can spend without borrowing. That's one factor. But what's the unmet need that you think it fills for interior designers and consumers?
Black Label has really exceeded our expectations. It struck a chord with both retailers and consumers who want something exclusive and truly a premium. I would tell you the limited distribution strategy sets us apart. It gives our partners something they can uniquely own in their market, something that's exclusive that resonates with their customer base at the end of the day. What helps too is the large display that we put together is visually striking. It's been a huge factor for us. It's made an immediate impact in every showroom it's gone into, and the sophisticated stylings of the products speak for themselves at the end of the day. On top of that, the ability to create custom rugs gives our consumers a way to personalize their flooring or their homes. And that customization element has become a real differentiator for us.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because we're watching that trend. I mean, it used to be you bought broadloom, you went wall to wall, or you bought pre-made area rugs. You know, Karastan for many years came in these pre-made set X and Y dimensions. But the consumer now, they want it to be cut to fit their room. And that's a big piece of the business right now, isn't it?
It is. I think with LVT and other hard surfaces taking share from residential carpet, you find that most consumers want to complement their hard surface with the softness and warmth that broadloom offers. So although not wall to wall, a lot of consumers are opting for creating nice rugs out of broadloom, rugs that match their hard surface and complement the decor.
Let's zoom out a little bit and talk a little bit bigger picture on Mohawk's residential carpet business. We got the road show. I think Mohawk calls it your Momentum Road Show coming out. What's on the horizon for Mohawk's product focus for 2026 in carpet?
Yeah, Kemp, great question. We're super excited about what's ahead. We've got some incredible launches that are coming that at the end of the day take design, they take comfort and performance to the next level. We can't wait to share them. So our Mohawk Momentum Roadshow kicks off in early January and runs up to right to surfaces. We're inviting all of our retail partners, our dealers to come and see us. It's the best way to experience what's new here at Mohawk. It's the best way for them to get inspired and see firsthand how Mohawk continues to lead and innovate in the category. We're actually looking forward to connecting in person, showing off what's next, and starting the year with, no pun intended here, but real momentum.
All right. Joe, it's good to talk to you. Thanks for spending time with us and our listeners. Again, been talking to Joe Semaan, the president of Mohawk's residential carpet business, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.